good afternoon, or good day, or good evening, or whatever it is where you might be. And one of the beauties of HOAs and Google Plus is that it's a 24 by 7 world, and there's always somebody awake, and there's always a hangout on air going on somewhere in the world, in Google world. So my name is SmallBizDavid, and welcome to our one of our HOAs that we're doing this week in celebration of Global Entrepreneurship Week. Global Entrepreneurship Week was an event started by the Kauffman Foundation in Kansas City, the Entrepreneurship Foundation, emphasis on the word the, and I did not know about the event the very first year that they did the event, but I found out about it after the event was over somehow, and I have been involved with it the second week of November every year since then, and I've got a bunch of certificates here as a distinguished partner of the week. And the purpose of the week is for entrepreneurs like myself to host events, to sponsor events, to I might be one of the only participants. I think I am the only participant in all of Global Entrepreneurship Week who's actually spending all of my time doing Hangouts on air. That's my medium. That's how I communicate with folks. And so I haven't seen anything else in Google Plus. So that's how we celebrate it in Dreaming with Entrepreneurs in Google Plus. And today, I'm very excited to re-establish a friendship with a Nigerian entrepreneur by the name of Humphrey Akanazu. And I need to give Humphrey, before I formally introduce you. Well, I will introduce you, and I want to share how you and I actually met, which is also an interesting story. But Humphrey, welcome, and tell us exactly where you are in Nigeria, and for those folks who might not understand how Africa is constructed, exactly where you are in Africa, exactly where you are in Nigeria.
Okay. Um, I'm in Lagos. I'm in Lagos, in the city of Lagos, the city of excellence, as they say, and probably is the biggest commercial city in West Africa. And here everything happens. Right?
Excuse me one moment. Please stay closer to your mic, because when you go back, yeah, we can't hear you well. Stay close to your mic. We want to hear everything you're saying.
Are,
There you go.
are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I was saying that I'm in Lagos. Lagos is the biggest commercial city in West Africa, and everything happens here. This is where my business actually is, though I have an office in Abuja where I do some consultancy. So I'm in Lagos. That's the location I am now.
Okay. Let me share, and I'm doing something there. Let me share, Humphrey, how you and I actually met, because that's a pretty interesting story, and tells actually something about your life. It's about 3 years ago already. Can you believe it's been 3 years already? Uh, Humphrey
Yeah,
was Humphrey was studying at the Rome Business School. Is that the exact proper name, the Rome Business School?
yeah, their own business school.
Okay, and I have a son, a daughter-in-law, and now a granddaughter who live in Rome. And because of the various networking Humphrey was doing in Rome, he met my son Sam, and Sam said, "Humphrey, you need to meet my dad." So within 24 hours, Humphrey and I were online together, and we started our friendship. And um, I said, "Well, Humphrey, anything I can do to help you in your efforts, please let me know, and we'll do whatever we can do. Well, that was in the beginning of, well, it must be, what, 2011 already, 11, 12, or 2012. 2012. That was in the early part of 2012. Well, in August of 2012, I actually went to Rome and had the opportunity. Humphrey and I had 3 different meetings while I was in Rome, and we had a wonderful time. So I immediately said, once again, Humphrey, whatever I can do to help. And so you put me on a board of directors or something, didn't you, Humphrey? One of your initial endeavors, and you actually almost invited me to come to Nigeria. We talked a little bit about it, and how exciting would that have been to come to Nigeria and meet with you in your country, and you had an objective in mind, and whatever. Why don't you fill in the blanks to that story, and then we'll move on to what you are doing in Nigeria, why you are doing it. And the other thing I'd like to discuss in our conversation today is how and why you picked the path of entrepreneurship for your life.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank SmallBizDavid for giving me the opportunity to have the moment to cordially interact with him. Basically in Rome when I was studying. In fact, part of the motivations I got from some of my European counterparts, we are also gotten from SmallBizDavid, because he really coached me on the marketing aspect of what I want to do. And I owe SmallBizDavid this respect and this gratitude for allowing me to gain a lot from his wealth of knowledge. So SmallBizDavid, thank you very much.
Humphrey, it has been my pleasure. You know that we hit it off right away from the first time that we met one another, and it was a wonderful thing that my son Sam brought us together, and we were brought together for a reason. We were brought together for a reason, and you and I have been exploring that reason, and it's been a wonderful experience for me, and I want to thank you for that wonderful experience. And I want to bring up another point that I talk about. I mentioned it. I've mentioned it quite a few times in the last couple days, last couple weeks. I can talk about the concept of small business wherever I am. I mean, that's what I am. That's what I do. And business is business. And there's certain things that are basic to any business, and those are the kinds of things that I can address. What I don't have a lot of experience necessarily is the culture of where somebody is, where they are conducting business, and so you've been a fascinating case study for me as I try to understand the culture of Nigeria, the culture of Lagos. And I remember I applied for my visa, my passport in early when we met, because I knew I was before you and I actually, no, we had met already. We had met already, because when I went to apply for my passport, the day that I actually applied for it, I went and I was looking at Nigeria, because I said there's a possibility I may be going to Nigeria, and I could not even as an American, I couldn't even travel to Nigeria on that particular day. So I said, wow,
okay.
How are Humphrey and I going to get together if I can't even get to Nigeria? But
yeah.
that goes back to the culture. the culture of doing business. So it's been fascinating for me to understand and talk with you and communicate with you what it takes to be in business in Nigeria. So, talk a little bit about why you chose the path of entrepreneurship for yourself, and then
Okay.
what your master plan is in Nigeria. Then we'll talk about precisely what you're doing.
While I was in Europe,
And
I
hold,
tried
hey, if you
to.
would, Humphrey, hold that mic closer like you were the last time.
Okay.
There you go.
I said while I was in Europe, I actually tried to work in some organizations, but I couldn't get satisfaction. Maybe I don't know their reasons anyway, but I personally I didn't get the satisfaction I needed. But at the same time, I saw most of the people that owned business in Europe, especially in Italy. I saw some of them as people I can compete with, but simply because I had no citizenship, I don't have the opportunities they have, and I started studying the trends in Nigeria and realized that my country is a potential place to start up a business. And as a citizen of Nigeria, I have a lot of opportunities if I work hard, and if I can get exactly what Nigerians want, if I can give them the kind of service or products they want. So I started doing the investigation. And again, I wanted to show some of my friends in Italy and some of the Mediterranean Europe that instead of staying in Europe doing nothing, being, wasting your time, it's time, to go back to our country and start doing and start developing the country, no matter how little you are contributing to the development of Nigeria. I saw it as something I owe my younger brothers. I saw it as something I owe my people, especially the people of my community, who we are always thinking that they had someone abroad, someone that has gone to the white man's land, to get knowledge, to get skills. So I felt, yeah, I don't want to abandon them, but at the same time, I want to do something that will launch me into the world of business, into the world of the elite, into the world of the rich. So this motivated me, and I had to go back to Nigeria to conquer. Yes, I can do it because it's my country, and so many of my young generation, they are doing it. People are making it here, and I told myself I can do it. I can do it. One of the trends that makes most young people, Nigerians who are abroad, not to come back is the shame of coming back without Hummer Jeep, without Ford Explorer, without too much money, because Nigerians they measure success with the amount of they measure success with the type of car you drive, the house you live. They measure success with materialism. So if those guys don't have the money to buy Jeep or SUV, coming down to Nigeria, they usually, are scared or shy to come down to Nigeria. So I told them, we can do it. Watch me. I will do it. And I did it. I came back, and immediately I had to integrate. And the best way to integrate into Nigeria was to go for the 1-year military service. We call it the National Youth Corps service that every graduate in Nigeria must do if you really want to be in the politics or do serve in the public sector. As a Nigerian graduate, you must do that. So I did it for 1 year, and my friends saw that I was surviving. Nobody kidnapped me,
Nobody molested me as most of them were thinking. You know, you call because you tell them to come back, they will say no, they will rob me, they will kidnap me. I'm afraid. So I stayed 1 year. Nobody was kidnapping me. Nobody was robbing me. Nothing was happening. Instead, I was happy. I was happy. I was doing things. I had opportunities and I exploited them. And I finished my 1 year service. And within that 1 year, I was planning on the business I wanted to do in Nigeria. I was investigating, evaluating, surveying it, and doing all the necessary, gathering all the necessary information I needed. So the government was taking care of me for 1 year while I was, investigating on the business I want to do. It's a strategy. It's a strategy I took. So, and I'm happy today. That reason why I came down to Nigeria, one of it, I'm achieving it. After I came back, I stayed for like 8 months. So many other students that schooled with me in Italy especially started coming back. Most of them have got a job.
In terms of how, excuse me for interrupting, in terms of how you and I have known one another, and I didn't know this military thing, first time I've heard you talk about it. Is that something you did after you and I met in Rome, or before you and I met?
After we met. After we met.
Well, that's why I didn't hear from you for a year. This is the first time that I have known that you did the military thing. We've never talked about that before. Wow, fascinating.
Yeah, it's something that when you know how military service is. Sometimes you wouldn't have much communication opportunities with people outside and stuff like that. But I never wanted to talk about it anywhere because I was too old for it. I was very old for it because I should have done it after my first degree, but I was doing it after my third master's. So I was 30, my 30 something years while I was before I did my military service. So in the camp, in the orientation camp, and in the service, I was one of the oldest, and
the wisest.
one of the oldest, yeah.
And the wisest. You and I, we didn't have communication for a while, for a year, and this is now I'm learning that that's when you were in the military, and it was not very easy for you and I to communicate. So in retrospect, your decision to go into the military was a good one for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because right now with the military service, I can serve anywhere. I can be in the public sector. I can be a minister. I can go into politics. I can vie for the president of Nigeria anywhere if there is opportunity anywhere. But the military service launches you into a lot of things, into a lot of opportunities in the Nigerian system. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing for any body that studied abroad to come back to Nigeria and do the military service. So, it's just 1 year.
So you probably got out of the military about a year and a half ago?
No, this year. I got out this year.
It was this year, because, well, I've noticed that you've started to do some posting again. Obviously we hadn't seen that while you were in the military to do posting, well, why don't we segue this into the discussion of what you are actually doing now? What is your business model today?
Okay, like I said, Nigeria is a very complicated. It's a complex place. It has a complex business culture. The environment is very tough to start a business, and there are a lot of dicey. I don't know how to put it. It's not a steady economy. It's a developing economy, and a lot of things are not steady here. So you must be very smart and understand how the system works before you launch your business. Otherwise, you will launch it and you will get frustrated. If you have some little money you have put into the business, you lose it. So during the 1 year, I was being protected and taken care of by the federal government of Nigeria. And I hadn't much to do than to, yes, work for the government, serve my country, and at the same time survey the market, asking people about what I want to do. Look at this, look at that. Sometimes I don't tell people I want to do this. I will just tell somebody I'm doing this, I'm doing this. It's okay, it's good, but these are the challenges. So honestly speaking, I have tested the things I want to do, in several cases, in several locations. I started with doing corporate training services with Messerand Training Consult Nigeria. I tried also to work for Rome Business School in Nigeria because I am their country correspondent in Nigeria. So I tried to get students for them. And I was doing all these things, and I was gathering a lot of information, experiences about what I want to do. And after the 1 year, I was opportuned through the Messerand Training Company to invite one of the staff of Rome Business School to Nigeria by name Wise, Mr. Wise. He's an American, but he lives in Italy. He came to Nigeria to have a lecture on entrepreneurship for Nexim Bank. Nexim Bank is Nigerian export bank. Is a government agency that oversees export, loans. They're giving loans for exporting Nigerian products and stuff like that. So Wise came to Nigeria to deliver this seminar or workshop for them. And when we met, we discovered that we had the same business ideas, and we said, okay, let us start something together. You're an American, and I have always wanted to work with an American. So let's start a business together, and let's see how it goes. So he said, okay. Now Wise went back, and I gave him all the information I had about the Nigerian market. So we registered a company. We registered a company in UK with the nomenclature Wise and Company Limited UK. But we faced a challenge, because I have some contacts from the government. I have some contacts from some public sectors, and I couldn't operate as a foreign company, not incorporated in the Nigerian allied laws for limited liability companies. So I couldn't operate. I couldn't do anything because it's a UK company. It's not a Nigerian company. And the government at that particular moment was emphasizing on local content. Local content. That is, any company, foreign company that wants to operate in Nigeria must come down to Nigeria, establish in Nigeria, and use Nigerian manpower to operate. So I now decided to register another company in Nigeria, but I have always respected my father's name, my own father, who is like a hero to me. So I used his name to register this company, and since I was partnering with Wise, my father's name is John, and the name of my friend Wise is Stephen Wise. So I now put John Wise and Company Nigeria Limited. So I registered a new company, and it became an offshoot of Wise and Company Limited UK. So we drew a synergy, whereby Wise and Company is representing John Wise and Company Nigeria Limited in Europe, John Wise and Company Nigeria Limited is representing Wise and Company Limited, UK in Nigeria. So we draw this synergy. Now,
interesting. What does Wise and Company do?
Okay, I'm coming to that. I'm trying to give the background of
It's a
how this.
fascinating story, Humphrey. All the stories you and I have shared are fascinating stories.
Yeah. Then we started, contacting people, we started with crowdfunding. We wanted to do crowdfunding. The crowdfunding the crowdfunding business was not working because the government of Nigeria told us that we needed to get certification from the Central Bank of Nigeria, and we were not ready for that. So we changed. We said, okay, let's leave the crowdfunding for now, because most Nigerians don't even know what crowdfunding is all about. So we left it. We wanted to do certification of consultations for small and medium scale enterprises in Nigeria. We realized that the ICT level of Nigerian market is still growing, so we couldn't do that. So now at a point it was as if we are not doing anything. We came at zero, nothing. So now I sat back and I told myself I had a plan, and I knew that this plan will work, but I need to blend it, integrate it into the Nigerian system. I had always wanted to run a consultancy company for training, executive training, corporate training, in the educational line, but we can't do that because the training providers sector in Nigeria is very saturated. There are a lot of companies into it. So, but nobody thought about providing facilitation for these training companies. Nobody thought about getting facilitators, training experts, professionals, edu trainers for these training companies. So it was a subsidiary service that is lacking in the Nigerian environment, in the training sector, such that these training companies, they usually get government contracts approval maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the training commences. So it puts them into a kind of tension. They don't meet up with the demand of their clients. So I started drawing this business plan, and since I didn't just want to give them trainers that are not experts, I wanted to give them professionals. So I designed a concept, a business service that I called Pro Trainers Global Network. Pro Trainers Global Network. Pro Trainers Global Network is powered by John Wise and Company Nigeria Limited. And the basic thing that Pro Trainers Global Network does is to facilitate conferences, seminars, workshops, away days, and corporate training. Pro Trainers Global Network is a concept that I shared with, I even shared it with some people from the Center for Management and Development. That is the agency that certifies training companies in Nigeria. So they bought the idea. They said it's powerful, it's good. So I continued developing it, and I started constructing a website for it. And while I was doing it, inspirations were coming. I didn't have money to get the website, the type of website I wanted to get, but I started advertising on my Facebook, using the social media. And then I got a client. I got a client, and fortunately, the client I got was somebody that knew that Humphrey can do this type of thing. I know the owner of this company can do this type of thing, and that was mess around training consult again, coming up again and saying, "Oh, Humphrey, you can do this. Please, we need your services." I was so surprised because I never expected it to be so soon. This Pro Traders Global Network, I just started it, the concept. I've not even developed it well. Yes, I started advertising it, but I got a customer, a client, 2 weeks after I started it, just 2 weeks. And the guy from this company, the client manager, gave me jobs, about 5 jobs. 5 jobs, like 5 jobs to do. And each of these jobs, none of them is less than anything less than $1,000. Some in UK, some in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So and it was good for me because I had already started networking with professionals in the UK, in Dubai, in DC, in SA, South Africa, and I even have some in Argentina. But Nigerians like to go to UK and Dubai, and also Washington DC. So it was good for me to get these jobs in UK and Dubai because I already had facilitators there. So I spoke with my facilitators, and they were happy. They liked it. They wanted to work with me.
Humphrey,
And
I got to interrupt you for a second. We actually have somebody who is watching the HOA. He's actually a friend of mine, and he's in the UK, and he is a technology guru. He understands technology. He builds systems. He develops. He can do simple things. He can do complicated things. His name is Vivek, and he's watching, and he says, "Amazing experiences, Humphrey Akanazu. Keep going." But if you need a technology connection in the UK, I am more than happy to put the two of you together.
Okay, thank you very much. Send my greetings to him. Yes. We started this, and our first job was successful, and from there we started getting other jobs. And right now, Pro Traders Global Network will be facilitating a big conference that is coming up in the UK very soon, that involves some of the Nigerian senators and top government officials. And they are using my professionals. They are using my professors. These are the professionals I have gathered. I have networked. Some of them are coming from Paris. Some are coming from Italy. Some from UK. For now, these 3 countries, and they are coming to participate in this conference. And they will be paid. They will be paid for whatever. If some of them wouldn't want to be paid, they want to participate because it's something that involves the government, Nigerian government. And I'm happy my company is involved in this and is delivering the service. So that's how we started. Right now, what we are working on right now, or the challenge we are facing right now, is to make the services known to more people. We want to get more clients to subscribe with our service. The website is still under construction. It's a little bit complicated, but I hope before the end of January we will finish the construction, because it has to be an interactive website. Some of the information or pages there are. We have the facilitation. That is how we facilitate conferences and the seminars and stuff. We have an interesting package for Nigerian managers, students who want to link up with professionals from top-ranking professionals from Europe or America or Asia to get trends, to get developed on the business they want to do or on their career. Is a one-on-one interaction with a professional, and we call it coach trainee linkages. That is, we link up, for instance, a manager maybe in a bank that wants to develop his skills in procurement or any sector, but he wants a personal coach. So we link him up with a professional in that area he is seeking interest, and he will now have one-on-one training, coaching with the professional. We call these coach trainee linkages. We have another package that is called Professionals Gateway. Professionals Gateway is a page where our professionals can sign up with us, display their profile, so that people coming to our website will hook up with them and begin their interaction and their coaching. The Professionals Gateway also is a place where some of our professionals can also upload some of their works, articles, resources and stuff like that. We also have the Directors Gallery. Directors Gallery is meant for directors, company directors, CEOs to log on, to register with us, log on, and be following some resources that our professionals will be, releasing. Sometimes it is exclusively for the directors. Whoever registers with us will be getting these tips. The professionals from our resources, and once in a while we organize an away day for the directors. They just take a holiday. The holiday will not just be ordinary holiday, but it will be a holiday where they rub minds with some of these professionals, maybe close to a beach or in a tourism place, a tourist place where they can have interaction, talk about their businesses, about their experiences, just a day thing, and they can party, have fun, but they are getting experience from other directors and CEOs. So we call it away day for the directors. And also for personal development, they can always hook up with a mentor. Some junior directors want to, have senior mentors. Like Ali Dango, they can be a mentor to a junior director. All these things. So we have the coach training linkages. We have the professionals gateway. We have the directors gallery. So these are the three packages.
Well, I'm going to one of the things I will do after this HOA is over. I'm going to put you in contact with Vivek, and he's in the UK, so there might be some opportunities for the two of you to work together. What I'll do is I'll set up a messaging between the three of us, and so you can just start throwing ideas back and forth. If you need help on developing your website, Vivek can absolutely help you there. No question about that. He's helping me on my website, so I know what kind of work he does. Humphrey, it's a fascinating story, and we're coming to the end of our HOA. I am glad that we had the opportunity to get back together after a long absence of time. And what I'd like you to do is do some postings in our Dreaming with Entrepreneurs in Google Plus community to talk about what you're doing and how folks in the community can help you to achieve your goals. So start doing some posting, and I'll send you a. Well, you are a member of the community, so what I'll do is I'll put a. Actually, what I'll do is I will post in the community this HOA, and then we can get things going that way too.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll be glad to have it on the HOA, and also YouTube.
Okay. Well, Humphrey, as always, it's been a pleasure to speak with you. I love every time we get together. You've got some new ideas to share and some new things going on, and it's very exciting. I know that Nigeria has taken a bad rap over the years in terms of business and entrepreneurship, but you are an individual who wants to change that image, who wants to share that good things can happen, and you're the kind of individual that are going to make those things happen. So we all thank you. We all thank you for that, and maybe we will make you the major contact into Nigeria with all the various things that you know, contacts and community and networking that we do. Well, Humphrey is our agent in Nigeria. How's that sound?
Yeah, sure, it's okay. I would be glad to do that. I mean, if it will add value to, you know, what SmallBizDavid is doing, of course, I would be glad to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I want to say something.
Yes.
I want to say something.
Yes.
Just you know, before we close.
And hold your mic close to your mouth again.
I want to talk to professionals in Ohio. The professional gateway is open for all of them. You can, you know, register with us. Tell us what you do, what you specialize in. We can always get a student that we will, you know, link you up with. You coach him, and I mean, no service goes without payment. So the students also pay. But if there are people who want to also help in developing, you know, young Africans, young CEOs from Nigeria, they let them indicate. We can hook them up with young CEOs that are genuine, you know, that have a company officially and legally registered, running in Nigeria and want to grow. So we need this help also. If you want us to pay you, we can as well pay you. But what we want to do now is to, you know, help, you know, the much we can to train and bring up these CEOs, you know, to run their companies better. The government of Nigeria is launching a lot of entrepreneurship entrepreneurship programs, you know, where they give not loan, they give people money. They give people money. You know, you win, you get money. Some state government are releasing millions of naira, you know, millions of dollars to sponsor young people. So these for me are young, and we need the skills. How Americans do business, how Europeans do business. How can we calibrate? How can we integrate this to work for us in Nigeria? So if you got this skill, please indicate. We can hook you up with the CEO that you will mentor, you will coach.
Did I hear you actually say Ohio?
Yes, Ohio.
Well, you know I'm in Ohio.
Yes, I know you're in Ohio. That's why I said Ohio, because
that's why you said Ohio. Okay, well, you and I will develop a plan, a strategy, a concept, and we'll roll it out, and we'll do whatever we can to engage folks.
Okay, good. I will be happy for that.
Vivek is asking in the event stream, are there website links where people can go to now, or you're still under development? And all these things you've been talking about.
Yeah, it's still under development, but if you Google Pro Trainers Global Network, Pro Trainers Global Network, I will send it to you. Pro Trainers Global Network. You will see it. It's still under development. Under it, you will see John Wise and Company Nigeria Limited. If you Google Pro Trainers Global Network, you will see it. It's on
Okay.
Google. It's already.
We will do it. Okay. I will Google it tomorrow and get some ideas and some thoughts, and you and I will stay in touch on those. And I want to thank you for taking time to share your beautiful, your wonderful story about entrepreneurship, Humphrey. Your passion for what you are doing is so totally obvious. You want to do good things. You know how to do good things, and you're going to make a lot of good things happen. And there's no more beautiful story to tell on this Global Entrepreneurship Week than what you are doing in Nigeria, and now the UK, and now Ohio, because we're going to make it work in Ohio. Actually, I'm getting a flashback. At one time, you were talking about going to Indiana, IU, for some graduate work, but I don't remember what happened along there. I'm getting a flashback about that. And you and I would have only been about 5 hours apart instead of 5 time zones apart. if that would have happened.
Yeah, I got a PhD offer in Spain.
That's what it was, PhD. Yeah, and there was some kind of obstacle there.
Yeah, so I got one in Spain, and it's under scholarship, and that's what I'm doing. My research is on Nigerian entrepreneurs, that is student entrepreneurs. We are developing a model. We call it University Entrepreneurship. University Entrepreneurship. So it's a new thing that I'm working with my professor, Professor Valeria Caggiano. So
hold your mic close to your mouth again, Humphrey.
Okay, I said the PhD I'm doing in Spain is a research PhD, and is basically on student entrepreneurs. That is measuring, evaluating the entrepreneurial capabilities or abilities of students who will, after graduation, launch their own business. And we have developed a model that we are working on. By the time I complete my PhD, the model will come out, the model will be launched. It's called University Entrepreneurship. That is making the students already who are still studying entrepreneurs. That is, they are not intrapreneurs, becoming trying to get ideas, innovative ideas that can move the school, the university forward, that can generate money for the university and for themselves, and they can take care of their bills and stuff. By that, they can learn a lot, and when they come out, they will now be true and strong entrepreneurs. So we call it University Entrepreneurship.
Well, I have a connection that I want to make with you in Ohio, in Cincinnati, where I live. He's a friend of mine. He started the entrepreneurship department at the University of Cincinnati, and he literally travels all over the world talking about entrepreneurship. So that's another connection I want to make with you in Ohio. Now that Ohio's on the target list for what it is that you're doing. So Humphrey, as always, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great pleasure. What you are doing, you're doing great things, as I always knew you were going to do when I met you for the first time, and it's a pleasure to have this time to spend with you, and I look forward, and hopefully we will hook up face to face sometime in well, we will. You and I will hook up sometime face-to-face in 2015. Maybe it'll be Rome, but we'll get that figured out.
Sure, sure, of course, of course.
So thank you for your time, and I want to thank everyone who has taken their time to watch this HOA either live or the recorded version. If you have any questions about anything that you have heard today, please enter them in the event stream or contact me personally or contact Humphrey personally directly. Humphrey he's in Google Plus, so he's very easy to contact, and we will be more than happy to help you answer your questions or help you with any challenges we might be able to help you with. My name is SmallBizDavid, and it's been a lot of fun today, and I will see you the next time, which may very well be the best time. Thank you.
Thank you.